Happy Monday, everybody. Thanks for downloading the episode. It means a lot. How's everybody doing? Good? Good? I hope so. Thanks for joining us this week. I got a doozy for you today. We went over 2 hours. Very, I was looking back through the catalog, and we very rarely get that high. So, this is a fun one. It's Miles again, guesting. He's on the phone, of course, and Kristin Snyder joins us, my other half. She joins us as well for the whole thing. So, that's about all I got for you. It's a fun. it's a little heavier. It's a bunch of relationship talk. So, not to bury the lead, but a bunch of relationship talk. The other thing, I wanted to just remind everybody about the Patreon. Top link in the show notes. Go ahead and check that out. What else? Follow us on all the social medias. All that shit's linked below too. And other than that, I'm just gonna stop fucking talking and get to the episode because it's a long one. So, short intro for you. I love you all. Chad should be back in August. So what? One more episode maybe without him. I don't know. He might be in the next one. I'm not sure yet. For Chad Goss, Miles Ackroyd, Kristin Snyder, I'm Dylan Nemi. Thanks for listening to Clumsy Walrus, and enjoy the show. You're going to slow down.
I'm going to slow down. We're going to ride this out. Let's do it, dude.
All right. Well, I'm recording. Don't say anything stupid.
Well, that's impossible for me to do, but anyway.
Kristen's sitting down right now. I'm just making sure everything's running okay.
Fair.
Now. Okay. Do you hear my cat?
I can hear your cat crystal fucking clear. She might as well have her. She might as well have her own fucking mic, dude. Seriously.
Say hi.
All right. Jesus.
My little baby booty. Oh.
All right. Are we?
Yeah, you gonna put her down now?
I wanted her to say hi.
Sorry, I was adjusting my mic a little bit. What'd you say?
Can I move?
Yeah, go ahead. Do whatever you got to do.
This is so uncomfortable being in that corner.
Well, I set you up so I cleared off that thing so you could sit.
I know, but I feel like I'm trapped by that.
Behind the scenes, folks.
Oh, we're all mic'd up. We're all plugged into the interweb. There's fucking cables everywhere. We're basically, we're in the Matrix right now.
Yeah, you sound way better with that thing off. All right.
Thank God.
All right. Welcome to Clumsy Walrus. I'm Dylan Nemi, and today we have two guests, but it's not really gonna. I don't know what. Miles is kind of gonna dictate this conversation a little bit because he's one of the guests. Miles, fifth time he's been on the show. But he wanted Kristin on, and he wanted to talk about something. So, first of all, girlfriend Kristin, say hello.
Hello.
And friend Miles, say hello.
Hey, it's Midnight Miles. You know what we're doing. Let's do it.
Midnight.
What's up, Midnight Miles?
Midnight Miles. Jesus. All right.
My smooth voice from Cleveland, Ohio, coming straight at you.
Radio talk voice.
So what happened is your headphones okay? I need to turn mine up a little bit. So essentially what happened is Chad is
Still there? Are we? Okay, Chad.
Can you hear me?
Chad, there we go. Yeah, I'm on the freeway. Ohio's kind of still stupid, so sometimes things happen, but I was passing by Madison, Ohio, which is apparently still a fucking pit in Ohio, but now I'm good. I passed by Madison. We are all good.
All right. Well, so essentially, Chad is taking this month to like focus on like building his personal business and shit. That's why he hasn't been on the last couple episodes. He should be returning in August. He actually texted me at like 6:30 a.m. this morning. I was sleeping. And I texted him back at 8:30 around there when I got up, and he goes, "Too late. I was on the freeway going. I think he's going somewhere. He's like was going to do the podcast through the phone. I was like at 6:30 in the morning.
You would have stayed up.
If I would have stayed up, yeah, I would have done it. But instead, because I was sleeping, we have Miles on the phone. So you wanted to talk about something, but I have to call you out on something first.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So I used the time this afternoon while you were doing whatever you had to do up there to watch X-Men First Class and Days of Future Past.
Ooh, I know where this is going. All right. Wow, you did all that? Wow,
Yeah.
what an afternoon.
And I actually started Apocalypse and got like 15, 20 minutes in before you finally texted me back.
I took a nap.
Those two movies are a lot better than I remember them being. First of all,
Thank you.
second of all, there is some wonky ass like PlayStation 2 graphics shit like in there, like when they do like heavy CG stuff, it just looks really really bad. Like it does not hold up at all. What is it? Is it Days of Future Past has the Sentinels, right?
Yeah.
All right, that scene where Magneto.
Oh, wait, no. First Class, wait.
No.
I'm having a brain fart now. No, it might be it. No, it is Days of Future Past, obviously.
Yeah, it's Days of Future Past, and Magneto goes to the train that has the plastic Sentinels on, and he has like breaks the train rail up, and when he starts to like infuse them with metal and shit, that looks so bad.
Well,
it looks so bad. Like it looks like they didn't have enough money to do the scene, and Bryan Singer, asshole Bryan Singer, fucking was like, no, we're gonna do it. It has to be like this. It has to be like this. Where he clearly did not have the money to do it, because it looks like a PlayStation 2 cutscene for real.
Well, if you look at a lot of fucking Marvel Extended Universe shit until like right before that time, some of that shit looks like butthole looking back. But the thing is, I don't mind it because I like PlayStation 2 graphics. So it probably offends a lot more people more than me.
Of course you'd say that.
Come on. You know me well enough to know that. So
there's just no texture to anything. It's so 2D looking. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm very susceptible to that. But anyway.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right. Kristin, now make sure you talk right to the end. If you have to adjust it like this, you can.
Like right here?
Yeah, that's perfect, actually. Perfect.
Okay.
Side note, watch Apocalypse and then watch Dark Phoenix, and we'll talk about it the next time.
I've seen both of them. I still think they're both not good, but like, I don't know. We'll talk about it a different time because I still have to get through Apocalypse again.
It's all right.
And Dark Phoenix is on the same. They're all on HBO Max except for Days of Future Past is on Disney Plus.
That's interesting.
But all of the rest are on HBO Max.
Days of Future
of the new
Past
ones.
is
Of the new
probably
ones.
best.
Sorry, of the new ones.
I would say Days of Future Past is probably the best X-Men film ever. So, I mean, I guess if Disney's going to fucking be like, we need one on the streaming service, I'd be like, yeah, I get that. That's fine.
Well, see the stuff with the Fox shit though, like they're still reeling from like old like deals.
That makes sense.
So like eventually all that 20th Century Fox shit will end up on Disney Plus, but like
right.
HBO must have like the rights through like 2020 or 2021 or something like that. You know what I mean? Because you can watch.
Hey man, those deals.
You can watch the really bad Fantastic Four on Disney Plus, I think. Like the Miles Teller one, like the one that everyone universally said.
I never watched that. Because
it's a really bad movie. I don't know what it's a disaster. Like it seems like anything that could go wrong while making that thing did.
Well, they said like they used to have shirts on set. Oh no, wait, what production shot at the same time? It was funny. Oh, didn't that shoot at the same time, but it came out later than like Thor: Dark World? And didn't Thor: Dark World, as a joke, say, at least we're not on Fantastic Four? Like that, they make shirts that said that, like for the crew.
Yeah, I guess
the crew was literally hated being on on Thor: Dark World, but everyone hated even more being on Fantastic Four.
Right. I guess that was just a nightmare set to be on, but.
Yeah.
But that's a longer conversation. Kristin, you asked actually to have Kristin on here for a woman's perspective. So
I did. I like a woman's perspective, and I think Kristin's very intelligent and she's very well spoken. So,
Thank you, Miles.
Oh, you fucking suck.
Thank you.
Ugh.
Dylan, you suck.
No, I thought about, I've been on a few times. This whole idea, on a side note, sounded much better last night than it probably does right now when I'm really thinking about it. But not having Kristin on, but actually talking and getting a little personal on the podcast. But I thought maybe it was like a different conversation, maybe than like what maybe would normally be on. So,
but also talking about things and stuff, it gets everything out. I mean, we all go through some of the same stuff, so like. No one has room to judge.
We're also not live, so if you want after the fact, like you have until like Monday morning to tell me if you want something cut out or not.
No. You know me, I'm fucking transparent. Whatever, even if I say something extremely fucking stupid, we're putting it on the air.
Okay, hey, I'm telling you that there is that safety net. Anything can be cut out. It's really easy.
All right. Disclosure, I don't think either of the people that I might talk about during this are going to hear this, even though it'd be tight if they heard it. But you know what? It'd also be not tight if they heard this, because it probably wouldn't bode well for either way for me.
So why don't you not say their names?
Oh, no. We're transparent as fuck. Let's just roll. Well, I mean, that's not, I'm not going to do some code names.
Okay, well, I'm just giving you some ideas. I've been recording this whole time. Anything you want cut out, you can say names. You can not say names.
You can do that little bleep over, like say their name and like go back in and go bleep,
like something like that.
Yeah.
No, I do it like Epic Mealtime did with like the chicken squawking or something every time you say.
Or you could do my little Ripley voice.
There you go. That sounds perfect too.
Especially since they're cats.
To start off, so I'm in a weird transition internet Clumsy Walrus world. I just moved. I'm going to be 32 in the fall. We're all starting to get in this age, so I feel like it's a good conversation. So Dylan and Kristin are basically happily married, which I love them. They're a fantastic couple. Let's be honest. They're fucking the light of my life. But I have a few couples that are just the light of my life. So there we go. Phenomenal. I'm so happy for you guys. I'm waiting to be in the wedding, waiting to be the godfather. Let's just throw it all, whatever.
All right.
Anyway.
All right.
All right.
Okay, Dad.
Dylan's sweating.
Fuck.
Dylan's like that Jordan Peele meme where he's like sweating profusely. He's like, fuck. Can we change the subject right now?
Hey, we joked about having to get married just because of if he gets sick.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, that's an option. In case I need health insurance.
Maybe you'll get married on the podcast, and I can ordain it or something. But anyways. So, God, this sounded so much better yesterday when I was going to talk about it now. But there's, maybe there's a lot of the Dublin. I know there's Dublin listeners. Maybe there's a lot of single men out there right now.
Dublin.
But,
yeah, no, it is Dublin, and there's some place in Spain too. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for listening. Tell your friends, even if you don't speak English, they might.
Who doesn't speak English?
Are we all Irish?
Spain?
Are we all Irish down here? Because I'm Irish. Are we all Irish here or no?
No, I'm German and Finn.
I am
You're not
German.
Irish at all, huh?
Nope, German and Finnish.
I'm German, French, and Cherokee Indian.
Well, okay. Well, I'm also German, but I'm also.
I love the Irish people. It's my
damn.
favorite accent. If that.
I'll say I'm Irish, but well, anyways, shout out to that. But anyways, no, it's kind of these things where how do I want to word this? Anyways, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow, I have a kind of date with a woman. It's surprising. God, I mean, if everyone on the internet saw me, they'd be like, Miles going on a date with a woman? It's just shocking. But,
I got a date with a real life lady.
A real woman.
I've had sex before, believe it or not. Internet. I've had sex before.
I want to shout it from the rooftops, god damn it.
But I'm struggling with trying to hang out with this woman because, shocker, I'm in love with a very beautiful woman from earlier in this year, and I've been struggling with that. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to hang out with this person. This is a very common topic between people, I feel like. Maybe not in the modern America because there's Tinder and Grindr and all these other fucking apps that you can just.
You don't have a Grindr account, do you?
I don't have a Grindr account. No, I've tried to look at gay porn or like bi porn. It doesn't do anything for it. My dick's softer than fucking.
Well,
my dick's softer than soft serve ice cream, so it's not gonna.
Hey, you never know.
Well, I mean, it's impressive that you've thought to investigate. That's interesting.
Well,
you don't know unless you try it, Dylan.
Hey.
Okay, so no,
we
not
are getting
straight
personal.
Gay porn, but not straight gay porn, but I'm like, well, what would it be like if I watched a chick with a dick fuck another chick? And I tried to watch a couple of them, and I was like, you know what? This really is not for me. And I just sat there with a frown on my face, like, I thought this might be more entertaining, but honestly, it's just way more weird than entertaining, and I don't feel any kind of sexual way about any of it.
Not that there's anything wrong. Not that there's anything wrong with doing that. Let's be clear.
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
No, I don't know. I'm not anything like that, but I've kind of seen what it was like, and I'm like, okay,
It's so weird,
straight.
like
I'm rolling straight down the road, you know.
But it's weird, like how different, like doesn't matter, like your sexual preference, how things turn people on though. Like even like if you're going, we're not going deep down that road, but like fetishes and stuff, like things are just different for certain people. I mean, like Quentin Tarantino having that foot fetish, I think that's disgusting. Like, I mean, good for you if you want to look at that, but feet also kind of like freak me out in a way. Like I don't want you touching me with your feet.
For boys,
nothing against it.
For boys, all of our any kind of kink usually comes from when you're age 13 or 14.
Yeah, you have an experience that changes your life, I guess, in a way.
Telling me
yeah.
Why I want to have unprotected sex and just come in every fucking woman I see without a condom? That's from being 13 or 14.
Something probably happened.
That's you from having probably too much testosterone, and you probably got a little bit of Neanderthal in your gene pool as well.
Just go.
Well, okay, fair.
What's your heritage?
But,
do you have any Eastern European countries in your heritage?
Oh yeah, I'm English, German, Irish, Swedish, and French.
I was gonna say you better say Swedish.
Yeah, but not Eastern Europe. Europe.
Yeah,
though.
I didn't think.
I was thinking that maybe you might have a little bit of Genghis Khan's blood in you somewhere, but you're not from. None of your places are really Eastern Europe, and he took over most of the other side of the world. So, you do know that factoid, right?
Well, yeah, I did know that, but England's not exactly not Eastern.
No, I mean more of like get into Asia, Eastern Europe.
Oh, that's right. My brain is not working.
Okay.
I don't know why.
No, you're good. You're good. No, what I
don't Don't edit that out. Don't edit that out.
I won't.
Honestly, America in Dublin. It's been a long day, and my geography is not where it needs to be. So
Everybody on the other side of the world
honestly,
is like, what a dumb fucking
Well,
American.
especially with your listeners, where they come from.
what a stupid American. I bet he ate a cheeseburger today, that fucking cunt. Like, that's probably what they're thinking.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
honestly,
If we're gonna go back to that topic, though, I do have a question for you, Miles. Since we're talking
Okay.
personal and stuff. Okay, so you
Okay.
already said that you were in love with another woman, and that you were.
I'm beyond in love with another woman. I mean, but anyways, go ahead.
So, can I ask you a question that's really simple? Why are you going to go on a date with another woman when, like, you're clearly still hung up, like, you haven't taken any time to, I guess, get over it if you feel that strongly still?
That's a good question. I
Like, do
appreciate
you not
it.
want to be
That's a lot.
alone? I'm not trying to dig at you, but I mean, like,
No, well,
I'm-
okay, so go ahead.
no, I mean, like, because when I've come out of relationships, I never jump back into one. So I'm not saying that you do that all the time, but I know people who do that. And I'm just, when I get out of a relationship, because my longest relationship for Dylan wasn't even a year. When I made it to a year with him, that was my longest relationship. But it doesn't matter if it was 2
Right.
months, 3 months, 6 months, like almost a year, whatever. Like, I would always, like, there would at least be like 3 or 4 months probably before I even jumped into a relationship with somebody else. And I was just curious because I don't know. Because I know, like, my sister, she's like that. She's been working on herself, but she always has to be, like, with somebody. And I didn't know if that was your case or...
Maybe that's why he wants
Well, fun. This is a really good, honestly, I need the hard-hitting question.
No,
But-
maybe that's why he wants you on the podcast, Kristen, because his date's with your sister tomorrow.
Stop.
Oh, shit.
That ain't
I'm called
true.
out. Honestly, guys, on a side note, I gotta go.
Fuck, she found out.
Wouldn't that be funny, though?
That would be very fun.
I mean,
But,
I would laugh. I would laugh real hard, especially because I
Pretty
have
sure
it
that
recorded
Miles would
forever.
tell me, though.
Well, actually, fun fact, I have been single for 13 weeks now, almost. I know by weeks, so it's a little over 3 months.
So weird.
Well, I guess then you
It's
have
not-
taken some time.
The thing is, like, I'm not going on a date. This is strange, but I'm not going on a date for any sexual reasons, which is crazy. I'm a guy. I know it's just very.
It doesn't have
Everyone
to
in
be like
Dublin's
that.
calling me. Everyone in Dublin's calling me, some sort of shit where they're like, "This fucking." Brrr. That's all I gotta say right there. But anyways, okay. So the chick we've been messaging. She got out of a 4-year relationship. I think I had mentioned that to Kristin because we had talked.
Mm-hmm.
This chick is one of those chicks that, like, I had a crush on her years ago, like, just through the internet. And, like, she's definitely one of those chicks that people are, like, try to lock down really quick. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So she's told me, like, some guys have tried to talk to me since I've been single, and, like, this isn't, like, I've never been more turned off. But she's like, I feel like you talk to me and respect me like a human being, and I appreciate how we interact. I'm like, okay, cool, obviously. But at the same time, like, I talked to her up front, like, I didn't tell her I was in love with someone else because you don't do that. If you're just finding out from the podcast, I'm so eager to shoot myself in the foot. So this is kind of like, if for some reason one of these two women heard this, I'd be like, hey, man, that's fake. That's some cool shit, Dublin listeners are like, fuck yeah, bro. We know it.
What are the odds?
They're gonna be so mad at me.
have you
I'm
talked?
waiting for the comments, honestly.
But the fact that you already know that, like, you would, go ahead, Dylan.
No, finish what you're saying.
I was just going to say the fact that you know that, though, means that, like, on some level, you know that, like, that should be out in the open. The fact that you're even saying it right, you know what I mean? Like, you know that it's,
Okay,
like, you know how you feel.
should it? Okay, but all right. Well, it's still a very new thing. Should it be out in the open yet? Because we both talked about looking for a friendship before, like an actual friendship. Like, this is probably the most serious conversation I had when I was like, hey, I'd really like to know you as a person. People say that, but like, her and I had like a very good foundation. Like, she's like, I'm not ready for this or this. Like, I'm like, I really appreciate this. Like, I like this conversation. It's good. But then, unfortunately, now she's dropped like hints. Like, I don't know if I told Dylan the other day, but she's like, hey, come nap with me. And like some kind of weird emojis after that. Like, hey, maybe I'd like it if you fucked me sometime soon type emojis. And I'm like, I think,
crude.
What did I say? I think I was like, oh, can I take a rain check? But I didn't put any emojis with it. So, I don't really know how to handle this because, I don't really know how I should be handling this. But I've been doing great. I actually mean this. I've not been flirting or doing anything with her at all, which maybe is like frustrating to her probably because I've kind of just given no hints like how I feel about anything.
You just got to be honest.
But
that's what I was going to say.
You just got to be honest.
Oh, fuck.
What a response.
I think that like her telling you that like she just got out of a 4-year relationship
That was the best.
speaks enough already. She's not going to come out. I'm not saying that she still is in love with her ex or anything like that because I don't know her. I don't know her story, but
oh no, she doesn't. She doesn't like your ex at all. No, like there's like a negative amount of.
Okay.
Yeah,
or so she says. I mean, that 4 years.
All right,
there's a lot of some kind of baggage there that. There has to been a lot of emotion involved for 4 years. I mean, you know.
You can like somebody and not love, and you can love somebody and not like them.
Being with somebody for that long, Miles, you know that even if you're like so frustrated or like get angry or dislikes, there are emotions there. I mean,
yeah. The thing is, I feel so little emotion for all of my exes now. Like, I know no one could believe that, but like, honestly, it's like not even a black hole. Like, I could have, as this fucking person in front of me, I'm gonna fucking seriously uppercut him in the face.
Oh, that's where he puts all of his rage and stuff.
And
this is usually how our phone conversations go that aren't recorded.
I mean, yeah, whatever. But that person's an idiot. Fuck you. But not fuck you, but fuck them. They're still seriously back there twiddling their clits, doing whatever the fuck they're doing.
Twiddling their clit.
I think he said twirling.
Jesus Christ. Either one works and it's funny.
Twirling their clits.
Go on, hurry up. Spit it out, Junior.
Can I say that? Can I say twiddling my clit? Is that a thing I can say?
You can say whatever you want on this
I mean,
podcast,
they'd have to have an abnormally large clit to twiddle it, but that's I mean.
Bro, I've seen a couple. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So big. Is that why you watched the bi porn? Because it was so big it looked like a little dick, and you had to just make sure?
No. No, it still looks like a straight vagina, but that's okay. And we're getting so far off topic. I can't even, now I just think about all these large clips I've seen. I can't remember anything else. But,
all that reminds me of is that scene in Clerks 2. Because you mean to tell me you wouldn't want to be with a girl with an abnormally large clit?
Oh God!
All right.
So
what were you saying, Kristin?
I was going to say back to the whole her being in a relationship for how long, and my whole point that I was bringing up. Let me get that out really quick. Is that I was saying is, so why can't you just be open with her and be like, we aren't dating, obviously. Like, we're going to go on a date. We're going to get to know each other. But I just want you to know this part of me is that, like, I just got out not too long of a relationship with this girl. Even though it wasn't as long as 4 years, I still have, you don't have to go out and be like, I'm in love with her. But you could be like, I still really have a lot of feelings for her because, like, I mean, we found each other in this time and we connected and that's just how it is. And I just want you to know that. Because, I mean, that'll be able to tell you, first of all, like, she might get pissed and be like, don't talk to me. Or she could be really great and understanding, which would give you a better understanding of her. You know what I mean?
Right. True.
So, like, Dylan saying, like, just be honest, 100% agree with that. Because if you are going to ever start a relationship with this girl, it all has to be on honesty, like being open and being able to talk about stuff.
Well, we've talked about quite a bit of things. I mean, I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I think Dylan knows I'm pretty open. I'm sometimes too open and upfront. And that gets me, it doesn't get me into trouble, but sometimes that's where I guess like, okay, so when is the proper amount of time of talking or knowing someone to say certain things? You know, what's the right frame? What's the right time frame?
For me personally, it would be somebody telling me like completely upfront, like telling me like, all right, like, so I was dating this girl, not as long. You could probably understand because you dated that guy for 4 years. There's still some feelings left there. I'm trying to get over. I want to talk to new people. Like I would explain it like in detail, not just leave it at like I still have feelings for her, because then she's gonna be like, oh, why are you talking to me? But I like me personally, if somebody tells me that up front, so that like I don't either see something, hear something later, like telling me up front personally, and then saying, but like that it's not gonna work out between us. So like I can't just sit around waiting. I'm trying to meet more people. I just want you to know that, so that like we're on the same page. Like if that's a problem, I'm sorry. Like I won't waste your time. Like I feel like if you're just like literally honest, like I am trying to meet new people though, because we're not going to work out. So like hear me out. Do you know what I mean? Because like if you don't say anything and say if somebody says something or somebody who knows somebody and says something, then it's going to be like, oh, like he lied or something. I don't know what you tell people, but I'm just saying, like, I personally would prefer if somebody told me up front.
Right.
But went into detail.
I'm telling everyone on the internet, so I mean.
Well, exactly. Like, I mean, if you are up for meeting new people and you want to go out on dates and stuff like that, I feel like, I mean, she might be one of the perfect people to tell, because she was in a relationship. Even if she says she hates her ex, she still was in a relationship for 4 years. So I mean, like, she understands sticking around or what, you know. So I mean, just letting her know now, because you don't want her being like, come nap with me, come cuddle with me, and then you guys getting all close, and then her feeling super connected to you and acting, you know, thinking that like everything's perfect. Not saying that, you know, it can't be, but I mean, if you're having feelings for somebody else, let's be real, that's not perfect.
Well, right. I mean, well, I would never, okay, so let me throw this out there, because I agree with what you're saying. I made sure that, like, in my head, like, before anything would happen with us physically, even like kissing or any kind of thing like that, I was going to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Because I don't want her to feel taken advantage of.
Well, that's exactly how she would take it, too. That's how I would take it. I would take it as he knew that he was in love with this other girl, and he's still, it's going to come across as you're playing. And I know that's not you, and that's not you.
It's one of those things where, like, you're trying to navigate the waters, trying to navigate, I don't want to say the game, but trying to navigate it where you really, really don't hurt anyone. And especially as you get older, because we're all, you know, getting, you know, late 20s to early 30s, whatever everyone is. Maybe some older people out there. Shout out to them.
Shout out to the old.
Shout out to the old folks.
Shout out to the boomers.
Shout out to that car fire. I just drove through a neighborhood and there seriously smelled like, honestly, I just ate all the chemicals in the world. Like, honestly, my nose is burning, and I'm pretty sure I'm dying right now. Like,
Ew.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Oh, God.
Well, I'm driving. I'm passing through East Cleveland, but the better part of East Cleveland. But there was definitely a car on fire somewhere that was blowing into the fucking interstate. There was smoke all across the interstate, and now I feel like maybe is this what it's like to smoke meth? I don't really know, but I feel like shit, dog. Seriously.
Never.
It still smells like shit in my nose, but not actual shit. But
burn
like
the nostril hairs right off.
flaming, burning rubber and chemicals in my nose. It smells horrible. But anyways.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, see, I like Kristin has a good point. I love a female. I always talk about things because I have some close female friends, Like, I always talk about female perspectives because I really appreciate both sides of the spectrum. Because oh my God, there's something else. Are there cars on fire everywhere? What the fuck is this? Fucking kill
Where are
me.
you
Hold
driving?
on a sec. I'm right by Lake Erie, and I keep. What is going on?
Are we
I don't understand
recording the
anymore.
beginning of the apocalypse?
I know. This is it.
Honestly, bro, I've been
Laugh
through
and it
like
happens.
3 weird smoke fires across Cleveland. Oh God, that smells like shit, dude. Oh fuck me. Fuck my brain damage right now. The sunset, God, if you can see the sunset to the fucking north of me, though, what a beautiful fucking sunset. You would never know the whole world's falling apart right now if you looked out this window. Holy
I don't know
shit.
if I'd ever want to
Here's some people
live back in Ohio, but I miss Ohio so much. Like, just this, I don't know, there's certain things I miss.
It's nights like this when it's 80 degrees out and it's perfect fucking weather. Flawless. It's 80 degrees on the dot right now in downtown. I'm looking at downtown Cleveland. Beautiful. Beautiful.
We're at 79 right now, currently.
Oh, see? We're not. Yeah, there you go.
Surprisingly, because it was 100 the other day.
Well, yeah. The other day, my weather app said it was 90. It was 97 or 98, and it said feels like 104. I said, great. No wonder my air conditioner hasn't shut off.
Well, I don't know. I'm waiting for some internet That's why I was like, what does the internet have to say? What does the internet say? When's the right time to tell a woman everything? And if you do, because, okay, I just told my ex, Adrian, who, on a side note, let's throw it out there, probably the first woman I ever really, truly thought about, like, I could marry this woman, I could have kids with this woman if I decided to. I've never thought these crazy blasphemous thoughts. Even though I was engaged once before. Even though I was engaged once before. Well, hey, whatever, dog. Even though I was engaged once before, on a side note, the one I was engaged to is now getting a divorce and she has 4 kids. So thank God I was smart enough to get away from that.
God
damn. Two of my 4 serious loves have gotten divorced this year and wanted to get back with me.
We hear it all the time that we should get even from family and stuff, get married, have kids, and we're like, I don't know if that's gonna happen. What? Ripley?
Well, the thing is, though,
were you going around Dead Man's Curve?
I'm on Dead Man's Curve, baby. Yeah.
I heard the rumble strips.
Yeah, man, what
Weird.
a throwback. Yeah, I'm on Dead Man. I just passed Dead Man's Curve, baby. I am in the dead center of Cleveland, Ohio.
Can you believe that I pulled that out right
You heard
there?
that from sound.
Yeah.
That's perfect, dude. Perfect.
For those of you that don't know, Google it. It's Dead Man's Curve, Cleveland, I-90 West, right?
West, yes, sir.
Yeah, Dead Man's Curve. Just which one? Strawberry. We have a fridge in the studio, and Kristin is all about these Bud Light seltzers.
They're the best. They're the best seltzers that I've actually had. I wish we were sponsored by them, but I don't like Bud Light beer, but I like Bud Light seltzer.
Hey,
well, that's a great way to get sponsored by Bud Light.
I love Bud Light. What are you talking about? It's the greatest.
I love Bud Light, but everything else but the seltzers tastes like seriously dog piss.
It's fine. It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. All right, so go on with So what do you think, man? Because my vote's always. I've always told you, be honest. Just be honest.
Well, okay, so you know me well enough. You know I'm not trying to lie to this woman, obviously. I've told her a lot of things already, and I have not told any fabricated bullshit. But as a person, when do you say too much? Because I told Adrian a lot of things, and she legitimately told me, she's like, that was a little too much. That was a lot of information for me. And I'm like, well, oh fuck, you know?
What's the age difference?
Oof. The age difference
Oh,
there.
God.
This is my big gap. This is honestly, the internet's gonna make fun of me right now, but this is that big gap. This is that. Okay, so Adrian's age gap is like here.
You cut out.
You cut out. You cut out. It sounded like we edited it out.
Oh, yes, thank you. Wow, the suspense. That was so good. The age gap's 8 years.
What were you screaming about?
Because I thought it was funny that I was like, the suspense. I was like, God, the internet's going to kill me with this age gap. And then it cut out.
Yeah, okay.
Like, it was almost like I couldn't say.
I thought you were getting
I was like, what is, I thought so too. I was like, is he about to wreck?
Holy
what
shit.
the fuck?
I'm not. Okay, so this is the first time I've driven home. Go back to my new house, and I almost went the wrong way. And this Rascal House Pizza guy's in front of me. I almost just fucking crushed him. Rascal House Pizza's dope, though. Fuck. Anyways.
So what's the age difference?
I said it was 8 years.
8 years. Okay, and then the age difference between you and this other the date girl.
This is 4.5, almost 5. So it's a little different, a little closer.
But she's still younger.
She's still younger. They're both younger. Yes, sir.
Okay, so the date girl, how old is she? Is her brain developed yet?
You say Adrian? Is her brain developed?
No, the date girl who you're going to go on a date with. How old is she? Specific age.
She's 20. She's 27. I think she's going on 28.
So she's a year younger than me.
So she's 28 and she's 27 going on 28.
Or then she's not a year younger than me.
Side note. You asked if her brain was developed, and then your girlfriend just said, "Oh, she's only a year younger than me." So you better watch how you fucking word this conversation, motherfucker.
Who are you talking about?
No, 20.
Dylan.
Your brain is fully developed at 25 or 26.
So then what? Wait, who are you talking about? Wait, how are we talking about?
Dude, no, does no one listen when I talk?
Oh,
the goddamn show. No, I'm the host of the fucking show.
You're talking about date girls. Megan, the Megan chick. I'm gonna go on a date with.
Okay. No, I don't think he's talking about
Yes,
her.
I am.
Oh, you.
All right. If Megan is 27 or 28, then yes, her brain. When I made the brain development comment, I meant like your brain's. If you're 23 or 24, your brain's still not fully developed yet. That's what I meant.
Okay, true, fair.
That's what I meant. So someone that's brain is fully developed, when you're honest with them, are going to react a little more rational than that of someone that isn't.
And if they aren't, then there's something that maybe they need to deal with.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it does, sir. Yes, it does. It's just
age. With age comes maturity and knowledge and wisdom.
Yes, we know. Thank God I don't fuck 19-year-olds, so at least I'm all right on that.
Yeah, dude, that would be a fucking. You think early 20-year-olds are rough, man. Imagine if you were fucking some girl that was fucking just turned 19. Ugh, that'd be a nightmare.
I still never understand how. No, go ahead.
Ugh, that'd be so awful. That'd be so awful. It'd be so awful.
I want to.
No offense to any girls that are 18, 19 that listen to this. I doubt there are any. But if you do, no offense to you. But like, I'm speaking as a 31-year-old man that isn't a pedophile or into like young girls. Like, well, 19 is forever ago.
It is. And you know what's really funny though is like from my experience is it's so funny to see, like, not funny, but like guys who, I'm not talking not like, you know, of age. I'm not like guys who are like into these really young girls, and I'm like, how? I've had a few younger guys, and when I mean younger guys, I mean like in high school, come up to me when I've been at the store and either try to flirt with me or say something. And it is the most, that, like, I don't know how people even go after young girls and like guys, because they come up to you and you're just like, what the fuck just happened? And you want to walk away as fast as you can, because it is the most awkward thing. I don't. Because you can't articulate like what you're even trying to say. It's just like, you're so pretty, and you're like, what the fuck? And you just walk away.
Once you get to like a certain age, though, like I never thought that I would hang out with girls in their early 20s, the age that I am. But I will say a lot of women from 22 to 26 look older and are a lot more, I don't want to say they're a lot more mature than a lot of men. I would say than the average man, because I felt like I was mature for my age when I was but I was also living in a nice place when I was 22 to 26. I had 2 or 3 jobs. I was going to college. I got a degree. I wasn't the typical 22-year-old when I was 22. Does that make
I think
sense?
girls though are a lot like, not to throw guys on the bus, because I think you were too though. Like, I mean, I think like we already know how Dylan was. We've talked. Dylan's been recorded on the podcast that he had to grow up a hell of a lot from back in the day.
Oh man, when I was 22, I was awesome.
Mm-hmm. You were so cool. And
when Dylan was 23, I used to put him on my shoulder and carry his wasted ass fucking home. When I first got back to Ohio, I dadded the fuck out of him. Dylan would go up to the girl and be like, I bet I can fuck her right now. And I'd be like, Dylan, you better drink that Yingling and shut the fuck up. And then that's what we would do.
All right,
But,
he's exaggerating a little bit, but
sure.
like I said, I was awesome.
Honestly, Dylan, did I really exaggerate? Be honest.
A little bit.
Only
Just a tad.
Kristin doesn't fucking care.
I really don't.
Let's.
I know how Dylan was back in the day.
All right. I might want to run for president one day. Relax.
No, Dylan and I, when we first started talking, I was like 16 years old, and I got my
You guys are fucking killing me.
I got
right now.
threatened.
Are you serious?
That my ass was. I got threatened that my ass was gonna get beat by some girl.
right.
I'm not gonna say a name.
Don't.
No,
For real.
I got threatened by some girl that my ass was gonna get beaten because she was seeing him.
Oh Christ! All right, back to what we were talking about.
No, I know how he was.
Man.
But we've been together.
I'm gonna start muting motherfuckers.
No, but bright side, it doesn't fucking matter. We're gonna be together for what, 7 years on the 31st. So
yeah, around
I
there. Right?
mean, come beat my ass.
30,
I don't care.
31st is what we just picked.
Yeah, we just picked it. Like, I don't even actually know our anniversary. Don't really care.
Just kind of fucking got off a plane and never fucking left. It's
I
been
know.
a nightmare. Just kidding.
Say that.
I'm going to take the long way home. I'm getting off early so I can make sure that we get this. I'm going to take Lorraine Avenue all the way up. All
right,
okay,
so
what else? Shut the fuck up.
What else you got? What else you got? I know you got some other stuff you want to say. What else you got?
I just don't know what. Everyone's like, God, this guy is such a pussy bleep, because he can't say pussy anymore on the internet, probably. But
Jesus Christ.
But at the same, fuck it. But we're not PC tonight, motherfucker. But
have you listened? No, you don't listen to the show. It's not PC at all on this show.
They're constantly
know,
throwing down fucks.
I do listen to the show sometimes, believe it or not.
Yeah,
But,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever, guy. But anyways, I don't know. I don't know what to do because, okay, so this woman is a woman that multiple men would be like, oh my God, this is a sought after woman in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm not even fucking blowing smoke up anyone's asshole. Like, beautiful woman. She's going to get her PhD in psychology next year. Super smart, attractive, fucking doesn't do casual dating. The fact that she's, it's one of those things where it's like, she seems to be throwing her energy only my way. So it's like.
So then that's all the more reason to be honest with her, because she's going to understand if anyone is.
She will. She's a very smart woman.
She will.
But.
She's a very smart.
Again,
she's a very smart woman.
Of course, she's talking to me. Of course, she's fucking smart. You kidding me? But
well, now the entire internet's calling you a douche nugget.
Douche nugget.
Well, hey, you got to have a little bit of cocky bullshit. But anyways,
you never seen Zach and Miri make a porno? Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just driving through a really fucking rich part of Cleveland, and it's just funny. But anyways,
it's just funny. Rich part of Cleveland. It's just funny.
Well, because looking at some of these homes, you're just like, what the fuck do these cats do for a living? But anyways, I mean, it's true, dude. But I don't know. Because like the thing is, all right, I've never had something. And I know people are like, oh yeah, he's exaggerating because he's a fucking idiot. But I've never had something so good with a woman before aging, or now I feel like I realize what I deserve.
Ooh.
And I'm never.
Now you're getting.
I'm never like. It's never going to be the same thing. I'm never looking for the same thing twice. But I need to have something that's going to be on a similar level. I don't want to say of quality, but a similar, like, I hate to even use the word pedestal, but there's got to be some sort of, now I've hit a standard where I'm like, this is what I need in my life. And like the kind of connection, the kind of everything, most of the boxes checked, if not all at the time being, like, what do I do? Because I'm like, I've never been this bad about it. And you know, I was with someone who I just sold my house with, internet. Anyways, we won't say her name, but, we were together and I had to be with her a second time to get over her, even though now I'm an older man. I understand things a lot. I understand myself more, even though I understood myself then, but I made a lot of excuses for a lot of my like serious past partners and gave them like, oh, they're going through this. Oh, they're going through that, because I want to be a supportive partner. But in all actuality, they were never going to change certain habits. So they were never going to be the way that they were before. And I was in love with a version of them that just had been dead for a long time.
Did you vocalize how you felt throughout those relationships too? Like when things that they were doing that?
Yeah. Yes. And it was always, there were a lot of excuses. There was a lot of, well, I'm going through a bipolar thing right now. It'll get better. Oh, I'm going through this. Oh, this and that. And I said, okay. I was supportive. And then magically, when things got better in a certain way, things fell apart. And I'm like, well, fuck, I've been here for the past year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, like understanding where you were coming from as a person because I care about you and love you.
But it wasn't enough.
But like now all of a sudden, I mean, when you spend years waiting for someone to fix it, I mean, years, and with multiple women, not just one woman. Mm-hmm. It's like I look back now, and I think I told Dylan that, I'm like, I didn't have to go through to all that shit to learn the lessons I learned, you know? Because I didn't need, it was like one of those things where it's like, how many years of my life did I wasted waiting for people to, I don't want to use the word man up because that sounds horrible, but live up to what they were saying. You know?
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it.
I think the most important thing now is literally, like, if you need to take time. But if you already know exactly what you want and what you're looking for, then you just need to be, like, full on blunt in the face. This is how I'm feeling all the time. Like, and if it's too much information for some people, then is that something that is going to work for you? Having to bury feelings or whatever when you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no,
you need to be like complete. Well, if that's too much for you, then I guess this isn't going to work because I need to be open about how I'm feeling if I'm going to be with somebody, or I need to make sure that I'm with somebody that I can be open with in the future. Like if it's too much now, then like, I mean, and that goes for even like a date, like being open with them about something simple like that. I still have feelings for this. If that's way too much, then maybe do you know what I mean? Like if they're already upset because you have feelings for somebody else and they're not even willing to try to get to know you to maybe change your mind, then is that really worth your time or effort?
Right.
Because she brings up a lot of she's bringing up a lot of good points, sir.
I know, and it's a lot of stuff I've like thought about because I'm one of those people, I overanalyze everything. So a lot of times these like conversations, you know I do. Yeah, I'll literally. Hey, I'm driving by the billiards. Oh man, I drove by. There's a really like secluded billiards hall like in the city before mine, and I've never been there because I'm always worrying to get fucking pool sharked. But there were some people in there tonight, probably all getting COVID. But I mean, hey, it looks good.
Yeah, when all this shit goes away, fucking, you should go in there and just don't play anyone for money.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not. I'm not playing at an old fucking billiards hall in fucking West Cleveland for money. I'll fucking get fucking blown away.
And especially if
But,
somebody comes up to you and says, "I'll give you 4 balls down." Especially don't take that person.
No.
Because you're just getting your balls out of their way. It's the oldest.
Right,
It's the
exactly.
oldest hustle ever.
No, I'm good, brother. I feel it.
It's such a good hustle though for people who don't know how to shoot pool. It's so good. I used to take people's money when I was.
When you come up here, eventually when it's safe, we're gonna go to that spot I just passed. So.
Yeah, a fucking kid that dresses in all black and paints his nails. They won't suspect the thing.
Exactly. What the fuck just happened right here? Oh, well, anyways. I had a good red light. So, look at all these cucks buying ice cream right now. What the fuck is this? But anyway.
Did you say cunt?
Yeah.
Or with an N?
Cuck.
Or you say
Oh,
cuck?
he said cucks. I think he said cunt.
I said cuck.
Yeah, you
I
did.
just said cunt earlier.
Fuck
But I
yeah.
said cuck.
Look at all these cucks.
But
That's
anyway.
so funny.
All these
I think
cucks
it's a
and
time to
buy
be
their ice
selfish for yourself, Miles.
I know. That's true. I've been very, not that I've never been selfish for it, but I've been very giving and I've been very patient and I've been very understanding.
And some people
And
take.
honestly, none of it is that. Go ahead.
Oh no! Well, I was just gonna say some people take selfish as like in a bad way, and it's not, because I feel like I had been like that in the past, like past relationships and stuff like that, where I was not selfish at all, and then you end up giving so much. And I know it's not as emotional maybe for guys, but I feel like I ended up giving so much away of myself to where when that relationship ended, I was like what the fuck's going on, like who am, like not even like, not who am I, like I lost completely myself, but you felt like you were like in a fog. And I feel like it's a point like where you need to be like selfish in a sense, like this is what I want in a partner, this is what I need in a partner, this is what I'm gonna get, and like this is what I'm looking for. Like if it's not, I think it is literally about just being honest and just being open about things. Like Dylan and I, like how many times, like being together for 7 years, we always have conversations of what we want and need and stuff in life. Like we're just like, well, this is starting to bother me now. I don't want this anymore. I don't want to do this. Like one of our biggest things is trying to decide if we're going to move or not, because we've been in the same place for how long, and that's something that is like, it's not taking a toll on a relationship, but we've talked about it because it's
Absolutely not.
It's one of those things like we need to talk about it because we got to figure out, are we going to grow this way or what are we going to do? And it's like before you get in a relationship where you have to be making decisions together, you need to know what you want. Do you know what I mean?
Going to Texas.
I mean, I'd go.
Well, okay. So here's the thing. So she wants another thing where I'm kind of like, she might want to move out of state next year to get her PhD. So it's like, I don't know if I feel comfortable knowing someone seriously for only a year before I would even think about moving out of state if I wanted to with them, because that's not very much time.
You don't know how you're going to feel in a year.
But being open about it and saying, just so you know, we can continue talking or seeing each other, but I don't know if I'm going to be ready to do that or something.
See if she's cool with that. And that way you both know that you have an exit.
If she thinks that like her moving or whatever and you're not coming with her is like literally a deal breaker, then why would you even try to, do you know what I mean? Why would you even put any more effort in?
So
I would suggest to be honest with you. That
could be your opening talk.
That's what I was thinking. But like, all right, so
just literally just go like, you know what? Like I'm feeling this, but I don't know what's going to happen. Why don't we just hang out until we're either sick of each other or the year is up? And if I don't feel that I'm ready to move out of state with you, if that's what the plan still is, then we just both wash each other's hands. We had a good time and go our separate ways.
But I don't think he wants to waste. He doesn't want to waste time anymore, though. Like with somebody who might not work.
Okay, so,
but you can't go into a relationship like with like that's not how that works. You can't go into a relationship planning like we're both ready to settle down, so let's just try it, because that comes across as both of you are settling.
True.
I get that, but at the same time, if there's no possibility, and it's not that there's no possibility, but there's still going to be this fucking dangling over our heads, like
you have a shelf life.
There's a little bit of shelf life, whether we want to admit it or not. Okay, so Kristin said too.
It might not be in a year. That's my point.
If she's willing, what I was saying is if she's willing to compromise in the sense of like, if her moving out of state and him not going like with her is like a deal breaker in the sense like I need you to be here, or like, do you know what I'm saying? Because some people get crazy about like being apart, or
I know. Well, okay. So the thing is with me, like you guys know, I've had more like independent relationships than a lot of people, but someone moving out of state when I'm at the age where I want to do different things than that probably would be a deal breaker for me, because I'll be 32 going on 33 next year. Like, do I really want to be with someone who's going to be out of state till I'm 34 or 35? Like, it's like, that's like, I mean,
that's not what I mean though. Why are you even thinking about that? Why does that even matter?
Because whether you want to admit it or not, maybe Kristin will agree with me, it matters a little bit. It's something to think about. Like when someone, like Kristin said, when someone kind of puts a shelf life on something, like you need to know this person's like, okay, I'm almost definitely leaving Ohio next year. And I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't know if I want to leave Ohio next year. Like there's at least a 50% chance, if not more, that I don't want to do that.
Like it's like dreams.
Okay,
that
all
you
right,
have.
then don't do it, and you'll never know.
No, just be honest, and then see where. Like, if he says, "Hey, I don't think I ever want to leave Ohio," and you're going out of state, she could be like, "Well, I'm still going to do this." What
I've been trying to get across is he has no idea how he's going to feel this time next year.
But he's also had that in other relationships, and that's why he's complaining about like how like
gotta let that shit go.
Things have
gotta let that shit go.
But I was telling him to be selfish. Like he needs to figure out. You can't always be all about other people. Like he has to figure out. He said, I don't think I want to leave Ohio. So that's one selfish point that you need to hold on to. I don't think I want to leave Ohio. Hold on to that. That's one of your things that is on your bullet point of when you're looking for somebody. I don't want to go. I mean, it's like making a list like that.
I leave Ohio. It's just like I don't know if I want to leave Ohio next year.
Well, then that's a point on your list. I don't know if I want to leave next year. So if that's a problem, then I mean, I'm just saying to feel it out. It's not like you're going to have the answers in a day. It's just literally saying like, I don't know if I want to move within a year. So if that's a problem for you being long distance, or if things work out that way, if being long distance, like it's just making your wants and your needs like known, so that it's not like you get into a relationship and then like 2 months, 3 months, however long later you go, just so you know, I'm not leaving here for at least another year. And then them go, fuck, I thought you'd come with me.
All right, but that being said, you also don't know what's going to happen in a year.
No,
i.e.,
you don't.
None of us saw COVID coming.
No, you don't.
No.
What if this time next year COVID is 3 times as worse as it was this time?
But
then no one's leaving the state. You know what I mean? You don't know, like I said, you don't know how you're going to feel this time next year. You don't know if the two of you will even be able to tolerate each other for a full year. You know what I mean? Like you might not even have to worry about it in 2 months.
Okay. So, all right. I agree with everything you guys are saying. Now let me because I'm going to get home eventually, but I want to throw a wrench in the gear for a little bit. So, side note. I never put this in the thing before. I work with my ex-girlfriend, so I see her 5 days a week. I honestly, I don't care what you guys say after this, but I've told Dylan how the interaction was when we first met, and I still think that, I don't know why, but in my gut, I still think she's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. And that is what it is. You can tell me, oh, yeah. But no, honestly, like, Dylan knows me. I've been around a lot of women. I've talked to a lot of women. I've done a lot of things. I mean, I've been up and down. I've fucked girls from California. I've fucked girls from Florida. I've been up. I mean, I'm being dead ass on it. I mean, I've been around. I've done it, you know?
Hey,
But
ask her to transfer or
What?
you transfer.
all
That's
right.
not the.
Well,
It is that simple.
That's not where I know, but that's not where I'm going with this.
Okay, but
But-
I'm just saying, like, if you don't want to see her every day, ask her to leave her.
Oh no, I definitely want to see her every day, but that's another. Anyways, that is what that is.
Is that
But,
healthy?
No, but okay. All right,
Then what
you're
the
not
fuck
even
is
letting
the
me-
whole conversation
Okay.
about then?
My conversation is good things come to those who wait, and I'm not saying that we're going to get back together, but she's gone through and is going through a ton of family stuff and a ton of other issues, and I made some mistakes. She made some mistakes, but I didn't handle things how I would have liked to handle. I admit that. First time in my life, I told you, I admit that I've kind of fucked up a little bit, and it kind of sucks. I hate it because that's not me. I'm not saying I don't fuck up, but I don't. Anyways, so
Do you want to take this?
what?
Do you want to? Are you listening to what?
Yeah, I've been listening.
Yeah, all right. So I get it. Do you want to take that chance? Do you want to yada yada? Well, it's one of those things like, how do you tell your heart when it's ready to get over something? How do you tell your heart if it's felt a certain way, how to just be like, okay, bye?
Well, no, you don't. You
Like,
have
I'm
to,
not-
but you don't have to. You got to tell your head that. You got to tell your head when it's ready to get over.
What
it.
did you say earlier about good thing? Did you say good things come to those who wait? Is that what you said?
That's some fate bullshit, though.
No,
Yeah,
is that? I'm
okay.
asking you. Is that what you said?
Something like, sometimes I've seen it work. Sometimes good things, like, not everything is easy. Not everything's going to be immediate. Not everything's going to happen in a month. Not everything's going to happen in 3 months. Not everything's going to happen in 6 months. What if I rushed into something with this and Adrian was just working through her things with her family
And
other
then comes
things,
right back.
and comes back, and then
And
I'm
then
with
you
this
hurt-
other chick because
Yep.
I heard her. This is the problem in my life, in my situation, and Dylan knows it. I've been in a lot of forks in the road with relationships and people. A lot more than probably most people. I know a lot too, but I always tend to go left when I probably should have went right. Not even I should have went right. I should have fucking went right, because I just told Dylan the story. Even when person who shall not be named, that I bought a house with. Example.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked to someone recently on the internet, and it was someone when I first moved back to Ohio. I was hanging out at her house, and I becoming friends with her, and I was also becoming friends with my ex, the ex that I'd owned the home with.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of started to have feelings for this other woman before, so-and-so and I hung out, and we were hitting it off really well as friends. There was no whatever, but I could tell there was something between us. And we were going to go on a big event together to Skatopia, shout out Skatopia, but then she couldn't go. And this other person went, and we started talking. And then this other woman started hanging out with like a dude she had been around before, but I could tell she really wasn't sure about it. And like, I was kind of like, in between, but because I thought she wanted to be with this guy, I let it go. And flash forward years later, like we had just talked recently, her and this person are split up. She has a kid. She's a pharmacy assistant. She has a really crazy life in Virginia. And her and I had talked about some stuff. And the one night I just admitted like something like, oh yeah, I always had a crush on you. And she's like, I've literally had feelings for you or a crush on you from the second I met you. So I had a choice there where, and we both joked about it. She's like, well, if I wouldn't have been with Matt, Matt stole my rent and left me and all this crazy shit. And I was like,
what
well,
Matt?
so-and-so,
What Matt?
Matt Sadler, you don't know.
Oh, okay.
He's from
All right.
Menor.
Never mind.
From Menor. But
You know where I was going with
We're
that.
not talking about the other.
I know where you're going with that.
Fucking nasty.
But
ass bitch.
there's a lot of Matts out there. But anyways, look at this. I had a distinct choice where I could have went left or right. I went left, or I went right, however you want to do it. And I spent 6.5 to 7 years on and on in my life dealing with something where I just lost money, lost a relationship, lost a house I loved, and all this, where on a side note, I could have been living in Virginia with a super intelligent woman, smart woman, and could have been doing something else. Now, could that have not happened? Sure, probably, whatever. But the thing is, all of these other choices I could have made on the other side, these people have ended up in better lives, better situations, probably would have been a better partner for me. And I always picked the wrong choice.
Oh, that's just envy.
Yeah,
Get that out of
I
your
agree
head.
with him.
That's
Just not how things went. Like,
Okay, but I'm actually not envious of their life because I know it's not the life. Like, I'm on my own path now. I'm not
You
envious
just
of
called
that
their
life
lives
or a life
better.
like-
yeah, you did say they
You
were
just
better.
called their lives better, which means
No,
there's envy
okay, all
there.
right. No.
Denial.
They're not. They're okay. They're listen. No, listen. No,
Okay,
seriously,
now
look.
you're going to give me a bunch of
They're not-
excuses.
They're not like okay. So I like who I am right now. My life right now is in between. It is what it is. But I'm saying my life with that person could have been a better scenario for me than my life that I just had with this person.
Oh,
You
you're
can't think of it
it's
like
sort of-
that though. It's
so
already
you're
over.
comparing. You're living
the
in
past.
Yeah, that's the past bullshit, man. You got to get over that.
That's why I was telling you to
Well,
be
no,
selfish. Like, you can
the thing
only
is,
do
I'm not-
things from now. Don't
I'm
worry
not
about
trying
the
to sound
past.
because I'm not dwelling. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I'm not dwelling on it. Like, I don't sit at night. Like,
Neither of us said you were.
I know, but I'm saying because you're implementing that I am, but
No,
I'm not.
You're the one talking about it. I'm
Yeah.
telling you need to let that shit go.
There really is nothing to let go. Because I'm commenting on the fact that we all need to look at our lives and be like, this is what it is. This is what it was.
Are you
I don't
trying
want
to
rush into?
self-reflect? Is that what you're like? It's coming across like you're.
I'm always self-reflecting. So
It's not
the thing
looking
is,
back on
this
the past or
scenario, like,
holding back on it. You're just self-reflecting on situations that you could have.
I'm self-reflecting on numerous situations where I'm looking at repeated patterns.
Oh,
Does that
okay.
make sense?
No, that
Like-
makes
like-
sense now.
Yeah, that
Like,
makes more
I'm looking
sense.
at repeated patterns. Okay. I'm looking at repeated patterns where maybe if I would have waited and let a situation ride out, I could have actually seen things for what it was.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
so
don't
you
wanna
think that
rush
maybe
into-
you think that maybe you decide too quickly and you get out or get in too early? Both ways.
either one. Yeah, either one. So,
You get one red flag
this
and you're like,
situation-
"Fuck this, I'm out," rather than seeing where it could go.
well,
Well, I was gonna say, well, then
that's not-
what are your red
that's
flags
not-
then?
that's not really, it's not the red flag. It's probably really not the best way to put it. But
It's not fair.
I'm saying, I'm
Trying to
saying
think what to
that
say.
maybe I should let this ride out for a couple more months and see what actually happens.
Wait, with
I'm talking about
with the girl that you're gonna go on a date
Right out.
with?
With Adrian or date girl?
no.
Megan.
I guess
Megan was her
Adrian,
name.
See how things. Megan.
Megan was
I
her
thought
name.
we weren't saying her name though.
Because
He said he wants to be real, so I'm saying Megan
I-
and Adrian. Hello, Megan, if you listen to this.
Adrian.
Hello, Adrian,
I'm
if you
not
listen
going
to
to
this.
share. I'm not going to share some Instagram stories tomorrow. By the way.
Well, I was gonna say though, like you got to make sure that have you ever talked about it or been on the show in front of them before?
Only Megan for a second, but I didn't give the name of it.
All right. Good luck.
All right. I just drove by the beer store. I was going to stop and grab beer, and it's closed. So all right. But
Remember, you have until Monday to tell me to bleep anything out.
No. We're unprotected as fuck right now.
Unprotected, raw dogging it all day long.
Hey, on a side note, this is way too much information, but we're just gonna throw it on the show. The rebound chick that I had fucked came back, and she is clean. So I'm clean as a whistle because I
What
was
the
kind of
fuck?
worried about that for a second.
Are you talking about COVID or talking about your dick?
Who are you talking? What?
No, my dick. Yeah, no. The chick that I had fucked last month. I didn't really want to have sex with, even though she's hot, and that I had sex with her, and my dick wasn't really working, and I was thinking about Adrian the whole time.
I'm fine.
Miles.
I just like tell me the story though. Like, why are you just jumping into this? And I'm like, what the
Miles.
fuck are you talking about, bro?
Are you sure you don't want me to
Hey.
cut anything out? Are you positive?
No. Because honestly, man, I love being 150%.
Okay.
So
All right, I'm just saying. Just giving you the option.
I feel it.
Just saying.
I feel it. I appreciate it. I've never been on this side. I'm driving through the other side of kind of where I live. Like, not the other side where I live, but it's hard to describe. But there's an Olive Garden here that I would never, ever fucking go to. That's good to know. But
like Olive Garden?
No,
I'm thinking of Panera Bread.
Olive Garden.
Panera Bread's good. Olive Garden is basically lean cuisine warmed up.
That's exactly what it is.
I was thinking Panera Bread because I never went to a Panera Bread until I lived down here in New Chad for a little while. But one morning we were having a production meeting. This was years ago. He goes, "You meet me at Panera Bread," and I go, "In the morning?" And I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Yeah, Panera Bread in the morning." I go, "But I thought, like, I guess I just thought that Panera Bread was like Olive Garden. Like, I thought it was a family restaurant. I didn't know it was like fast casual."
Oh no, yeah, no.
I was Let me share my experience with Panera Bread though, because I was really pissed.
Are we done?
It.
We're not going to segue it into Panera Bread if Miles isn't done talking.
It's really quick.
No, okay. So okay. What do you think? What do you think the final verdict is? Because I think you want to hear what my final verdict is, and I've got some better reflection from talking to you guys.
Okay, should we go with your decision first, or what?
Start with his first. I want to know his before we say anything.
First? Okay.
His or mine?
No, I want to know his opinion first.
Okay.
And then you can go, and then I can go. Because I want to hear what you both have to say.
Okay, so people tell me, other friends, that I don't want to self-sabotage too much because, all right, that chick I just talked about fucking a month ago that was kind of into me, and I was trying it because I was like, oh, I should get over it. Like, I've tried to do the normal guy coping methods of getting over something. Dylan knows what that is.
Why is that normal?
All the guys that are in Dublin. But Kristin, I still waited 2 months. I'm sorry. This doesn't sound like
I don't care how long you wait. It's just, I guess I just don't understand it. I don't understand. Well, there's a lot of girls who would understand you. I'm just not one of the girls who understands you in that sense.
No, you know what? I love that you don't understand me because honestly, it solidified the fact of how much I love my ex and how special she is. But,
Jesus Christ.
On a side note, whatever, Dylan. It's all right. But I've never been like this, man. I got it bad. Usher, you got it bad. Just be playing in the background this entire fucking podcast, Cat. But
I could do that.
Hour
15, 43 seconds. That's fine with me.
Get it.
I can sneak that in here under all this shit. We can just keep talking and it'll just be.
All right. All right. Go ahead. Finish.
So like my sister and I have started to get closer again. But she even said when I talked about the Adrian thing when I saw it, I feel like I don't know if lately, I don't know if she words. She's like, You're tending to overthink and you're self-sabotaging relationships. And I was like, and my sister said that. And I was like, she doesn't really know. I love you, Lakin. I'm so sorry. But you can't compare. It's like talking to Gil about a relationship with her. I love you, Gil. You're going to hear this. But y'all been fucking basically married since you came out of fucking the womb. So you can't be like, I feel bad. Because honestly, Gil's advice is phenomenal. My sister's advice is subpar at best. Sorry, Lakin. But I'm digging so many holes right now. Just throw the shovel my way because I'm digging fucking holes all day.
The episode's called Miles Digs a Hole.
Digging holes and taking souls, motherfucker. But anyway,
digging holes and taking souls. I like that.
That's the
digging holes and taking souls.
Yeah, write
that down.
That's the title.
I like that. All right, go ahead.
But anyways, it's like, so I've talked.
I don't even know what to fucking do right now.
3.5.
Dig.
Hold on a sec. Okay, so I've talked to this woman for 3.5 weeks, maybe a month almost. We hung out once. It was good. We're gonna hang out tomorrow because I've been too busy with the move. Do you really tell a woman all that shit on the second time you hang out? Don't you think that sounds a little insane or no?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it like.
This is the very first time you're hanging out?
Very first time, no. See how the first day goes.
Second time we've hung out.
The second time
we're gonna hang out tomorrow. That seems a little ridiculous to bring all that up.
No,
tomorrow.
it does.
No, you could simply just say like, just so you know, like I just got out of. Can I fucking talk?
Sorry.
Jesus Christ, man.
God damn, Dibs.
God, you interrupted me, and I don't know what the fuck. See, this is a problem with women.
He was talking about bringing up all that stuff on the second date.
You guys want to fucking. You guys want to talk at the same time as men. You want to vote.
Miles invited me on this podcast, so like, fuck you.
Jesus Christ. I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing.
All right, go ahead.
No, what I was saying is, you don't have to like lay everything out, but you can be like, listen, just so we're clear, I just got out of like a pretty like serious to me relationship. So like if like whatever happens, but I'm just letting you know that like I'm not gonna be your boyfriend tomorrow, and I just want to hang out and be friends, see what happens. If it even comes to that, you could just treat it like a friend hang and not even bring any of this shit up.
That's what I know. That's what I was thinking about doing. Just seeing how it goes. Maybe see if she starts saying some shit like.
Yeah, you don't have to like walk in being like, "Hey, guess what?
Yeah,
my dick might not get hard later because I'm in love with X woman."
You don't want to have it like written out what you have to say, but like don't like exactly what you just said, Dylan. Like I feel like if you show up, see how it goes, you might not like her at all again. Like I don't know, but she might open up to you, and that might give you a room to talk about things. Or if it doesn't, I mean, if it gets to be like the third date, maybe you should just open up and be like, or I mean, just be literally what he said though. Like, I just want you to know, like, I'm not looking for a relationship right now. Like, even just putting that out there, I feel like for girls, like especially women, like that.
We've both said that, but the thing is, she's acting.
You have to put it out there again.
Yes, I'm acting how my actions said.
Okay. Well, if she makes a move, if she makes a move and you're into it, let it happen. Just make it clear you're not going to be her boyfriend tomorrow.
If she makes a move.
There you go.
Make it. If she makes a move, here, let me rephrase what Dylan just said.
That's as simple as that. No. But, I mean, that's simple though.
No, let's rephrase what you just said.
Simple, but that's dicey. That's dicey, dude.
If she makes a move, or if it leads to that, like if it's going where it's gonna go, then you need to. I'm trying to
go where
it's gonna go. I think that right then and there, you should be like, all right, like, I'm not ready for a relationship. Like, if it just escalates so fast, you should be like, I'm not ready for a relationship. I mean, if you're cool with that, continue on. But I would make that known because that's what's gonna be. Because things happen fast. Things happen fast with relationships.
They do. I got to make sure the dick works because I'm sorry. You know what, internet? I don't care. Adrian and I was the best sex I've ever had. And I said I've been around the fucking block, but holy shit. I mean, I've never had better first sex. We both looked at each other after it was done. We're like, what the fuck was that?
What did this show turn into? I got to eat chicken wings tonight, man. It's 9:10.
It turned into a bunch of smut and filth and trash. So
yeah,
that's fine.
I'm gonna add your mom on Facebook and tell her all about this episode.
If we want to go later, we might just order and do wings tomorrow. At this point,
Jesus Christ.
Because they're gonna take like
I don't know what I was gonna say.
Well, you just caused me more money to spend and order in tonight. Great,
no,
Miles.
that's not your money.
Well, I'm gonna get off here in a minute, but honestly, okay. So one of my last things, because I've been driving around Cleveland. Now I'm back home again. Like I've driven by my house 3 times.
Your new house or your old house?
My new house. Yeah.
You need to send me pictures. By the way, it could be snaps.
I will once I get everything actually unpacked. But
of course.
Side note, my gut's telling me because of how I feel about Adrian, that I should wait until I have like.
You want me to cut it?
With other people? No, you.
No, tell me now. Tell me now because I have a note. I have a note open. Tell me now.
We'll cut it because, like, I would just rather. I would rather cut that part though.
All right, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Keep going. Doesn't matter. Keep going.
But I just don't think I'm gonna be able to feel anything for Adrian or for anyone but Adrian until like I really get over this, or I know that there's not it feels like there's probably not a chance in hell. But all right, Dylan knows me well enough. How many times has someone probably said, I don't think it's going to happen, or this is this or this, and then how many times has it? Granted, those people were toxic. That's not good. The situation's the first time in my life it's different. This is probably the only time that if someone came around that I would be like, oh, this is a healthy way to try to do something again, because the other relationships is not a healthy way to do things again. But there's been so many times where I was like, oh yeah, it's done. And then X amount of time goes by and I end up spending 3 or 4 more years with this person, or vice, whatever, or hang out with them for another 6 months.
But why do you end up staying around for that long if there's like stuff going on?
That's a fair question.
Like, do you not, you address them throughout it and just gets ignored, and then you stay for however long, even knowing that that's happening, or?
Well, no, actually, all these, honestly, in all honesty, all these people have given me very sincere apologies, and they were so genuine, because I know the people that I thought that this was like, oh, this is real. And it was real. But then years go by and you realize that no one, they change, but most people that do something bad enough to you don't ever really change. So they fall back into old habits or new habits that are worse. So
that's fair.
That's why, I've had, honestly, after I've given people second chances and they cried, it was some of the most genuine experiences I've had with human beings. Yeah, they meant it in that time. They meant it for years. But then, hey, they fell into new bad habits. They fell back into old bad habits. They fell into their own demons and stuff. And I've fell in a lot of my own demons before, and I still do.
Been there.
But
been there on both sides of that coin.
You get it. So sometimes you take a gamble and you get some good years, and then you get a couple bad years with that. So I don't know. It's hard, guys. I don't know. I've never felt this strongly, and I mean that. And it's so weird. There's so many weird. Bill and I have talked about this in great detail. I love you. Thank you for doing that with me. But this is going to be one of the hardest things where I feel like it's not even just about letting go, but it's like, if I don't this person has a lot of problems in their personal life, and it's not their fault. They're trying to fix a lot of people and help family. They're trying to be a really good human being.
Which person?
Well, Adrian.
Oh, okay.
Trying to fix a lot of
Sorry, just need to clarify that.
Yeah, sorry. And it's like, well, do I say, fuck it. Like, you know what? That's their shit. They'll never come back around and I walk away into something else. Or do I enjoy being single, focus on myself, wait and see what happens in 6 months?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the whole that whole I don't even know what it is, proverb or saying or whatever, but what you have to truly let things go, and if they come back, then they're actually truly meant to be.
If you let it go, like that.
Give her the space she needs, and then you don't know what's going to happen in 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Just the same exact thing about things progressing with date woman, and then you moving out of the state in a year. You don't know whether that's going to be a good or bad idea in a year.
But can I throw something else in then too? I
guess you can, Kristin. Sure, fucking.
If I were you, Miles, literally in your place, and I'm still in love with this girl who, not necessarily wants to continue anything. But I'm full on 100% sure, I love this girl, I'm into her. And then I have this other girl on the side that I'm well, I mean, I could get to know her, blah, blah. I think I would literally be doing the opposite of what you're doing. I would literally be waiting to see, like, if something comes around, like, in the sense just for, like, a little bit. Because, like, as soon as she sees you dating or hears about it, I'm not saying that she's going to, but, I mean, like, if she does, I mean, that's just going to be hands down probably end of that, especially if she's closed off to you opening up about stuff. If you care that much for her, you going on a date and her either finding out or seeing it, and just bank on her finding out somehow. I'm just saying, because shit happens. That, I mean, if you care that much about her, if I were you personally, I would just be not seeing anybody. I would literally be not stalking her, obviously, but I'd be doing my own thing, like, personally. I'd be doing my own thing. Like, no, I'm not saying. I want to make it clear to other people to not stalk people.
You have said on this show and told me not to cut out. You've driven past your house 3 times. Where are you going, Miles?
Are you? No.
Oh no, she lives too far west for I'd have to go way out, and honestly.
Oh, so you do know where she lives exactly?
But what's
interesting?
What's the difference between you?
Oh, you mean when I used to go over there and hang out with her at her house? Yeah, Dylan. Yeah, I know where she lives.
Oh, so you've been there and you know her way around. You know your way around. Interesting.
Here's a good question for you to either end or get close to the end. What's the difference between you waiting around for a little bit longer to see if Adrian comes along because you love her, and the difference between you waiting to see what happens with this new girl that you know not that much about? What's the difference between waiting, you know what I mean? You love this girl, and then this girl, like, I mean, obviously the one that you love, things aren't happening right away, but what's the difference between waiting around when things aren't happening compared to making things happen fast with somebody who it might not work out at all? Somebody that you might never even love. Like, what's the difference?
As you know, you guys probably, Kristin maybe not knows. Those are good. That's good. That's a good final, Dylan knows. I don't fall in love very easily. You know that. It's been 7.5 years since the last one before this, or 7 years when I actually fell in love with Adrian. So it's not like I'm just like, I love you. I'm not one of those people that just kind of like throws.
And that's why I'm asking. Because it's like someone that you say that you love, and then somebody that, like, you haven't even gotten to know yet.
I told her I loved her the other day at work when we had a serious talk for a minute, and I was on a thing. And she was like, looked me in the eyes, and her eyes twitched like she felt something, but then she's also like, just stop it. And then, like, I was like, all right, we'll do this and for the patient, and then we, like, looked at each other, and then I walked away. So I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know.
You might be going too heavy with it. Give her a break, you know? That might be
but
the
I'm saying,
biggest problem.
But you waiting and not dating somebody else is also giving her a break, because, like, some of the stuff that you've said before, like, I mean, if you go on to just dating other people, doesn't that kind of just prove her in a way that, like, she's just, do you know what I mean? Like, if you really love her and you want to be with her, obviously don't push yourself too much on her in the sense of like I love you, like, I'm here or whatever. I know.
I'm not. I've been good about it in all honesty.
You also moving on though and dating other people. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, unless, like, if you're ready to do it. But if you also moving on, like, for, like, example, like, something ever happened and Dylan all of a sudden, like, if we were not necessarily working through things, but there was all that, you know, there's that feeling there, and all of a sudden you just started dating somebody else, like, my emotion personally would be like, well, fuck you. It would literally be like, I would literally be like, fuck you, you didn't care at all. Even if, like, there was a little bit of me that I'm not being open with you, that I'm hurting right now, and I really do love you still. Like, if he went and, like, just started seeing somebody else, even if it was, like, 3 months, I don't even care if it was however long. Like, if you're still having communication with somebody and there's, like, that feeling there, or if you're trying to win somebody back in a way, like, or get them back, like, if he was trying to come back at me and, like, talk to me and tell me that he loves me, and then all of a sudden I find out or hear that he's seeing somebody else, I'd be like, literally would be like, fuck you, asshole, you're a fucking player, like, you really don't care. Like, that's how I would take it. So even though I'm all for you moving on, you keep talking about how you love this girl, and I'm just letting you know that if it's going to come across in a certain way. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how I would take it. I'm not saying that's how she would take it, but that's how I would take it. I'd be pissed.
It's hard. I appreciate that, and that's I side with that. But I get it. Trust me. I kind of feel like in my head, because I don't have things work out usually the way that I'd like them to, which is it is what it is. I feel like maybe we're done, but for some reason in my gut, in my deepest part of my gut, and it could be just my own ego, my own whatever, like I don't feel that it's done. But I don't know. Maybe I'll see how this goes tomorrow with this woman, and if she's like giving too many hints or too many whatever, maybe I'll just be like, hey, like.
I would, because otherwise you're gonna get too deep into something that maybe you know what I mean. Like it's just gonna go. Things can escalate really fastly. So
they can
fastly.
Unfortunately, that's how it usually goes with someone. I'm hanging out with them, and all of a sudden, I'm just inside them. Sorry, internet. That's how it goes. But
all right. Well, on that note, I think it's a good time to end this episode.
Yeah, I'm staring at my house right now. I have to get my dog in. I have fucking other shit I need to get in. It's gonna annoy the fuck out of me.
All right. Do you feel better? Do you feel better at all? Let me talk.
I do, because I love you guys, and I appreciate, like I said, the women's perspective. Kristin, thank you so much. You were very good about things. I appreciate your mindset, because I feel like she really hasn't been with that many people either purposely. Like she's been in long-term relationships, and they were all really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like she tried to lump certain things into that, but like from the sense I get, I don't think she's seeing anyone else. She could be. She could be fucking someone right now as we speak. Right fucking now.
Hell
she
no.
Could be
I don't like,
right
first
now.
of all, I don't like people that much.
All right.
Well,
all right.
She's like, I normally don't like most fucking men. So she's like, I think you're, she put me up kind of on that pedestal. So, but she has had some really, like, honestly, like, God, they're fucking dirtbag relationships. I feel so bad, but honestly, I don't care who hears this. You know who you are. I've had some dirtbag relationships too. So I've had some fucking shithole relationships too.
Fuck all the dirtbags.
Side note, my one ex tried to want to get back with me recently and told me she's getting a divorce with her husband. And you know what? You can take your 4 kids and fuck right off right now. That's
okay. All right.
I would not want
to
do
that.
Is
there any, does anybody have any other last words than that?
Honestly, no. Thank you guys. I miss you guys. I wish you were hanging out in person. But
I say that we should do this again, though.
Did we, honestly though, did we help at all? A little bit?
You did. I think that.
Let you talk things through a little bit.
I feel like maybe I should give it all more time, because I really have never felt this strongly about another human being. And maybe I really mean that. Like, I wish I didn't mean that, in all honesty, but I fucking, like, I know myself well enough, especially as like a fully formed, functioning adult. Like, I'm just like, oh, this is some real ass shit, But maybe I should ride this out. And when the time comes and I know there's nothing happening, like, us as human beings, especially when we get to a certain age, like, there's a point where we know where our bodies are just like, you know what, man, it's time to give up. It's, you know what I mean? I felt that way in so many things before, like with the last serious relationship. Like, there was a time where it was like, it's done, man. Like, whether you got to find a way out of it for the next couple months, like, it's over. Like, it's time to start thinking about the future, adapting, changing, shit like that. And like, I don't feel that way yet.
See, like,
and I'm not trying to hold.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I would say I don't feel like I'm holding myself back. I don't feel like I'm lying to myself. I don't feel like I'm not trying to move on, because, like I just said, I've talked to other people a little bit, but like, it's just not, I don't know, something inside of me, like deep inside of me, is just telling me it's not time or it's not right or like, what am I doing? You know?
But do you like ignore? Because it seems like you always have that. You like that's a recurring thing that you always have is like you. I have this feeling that this and this. I have a feeling that we're not done. I have a feeling this, and then like you don't always go with that. So like, is it literally just like a thing of like you just need to start following your gut and like as hard as it is, like even if your gut is literally telling you the truth, like hey, this is no.
Yeah, my gut. You
don't follow your gut. Maybe your gut's always right.
Well, it is. I know. Honestly,
and you're ignoring it.
She who was named earlier in the show for a moment. I kind of saw everything that ever happened to us for the second time in our relationship. I almost saw it down to a T, not the exact scenario, but pretty fucking close. And it was almost like, and I told Dylan, like, I almost wrote the book on it, like, and that's what happened. And then, so like, I wasn't surprised when everything happened and where I'm at, what happened, you know? But sometimes, I've always wanted to believe that people could be better than how they are. And
does that blur the vision though?
Huh?
Does that blur the vision then? Like in the sense of like always wanting to think?
I guess because I want to believe that people can have redemption and be the people they say they want to be. Because that's how I want to live my life. But like the other
not
people
everyone's
around me
like
don't,
you.
know. Yeah.
That's true too.
And everyone that if there's anyone that you fall in love with, they're not always going to be the same as you. Dylan and I are definitely far from the same person. Like,
right.
We're not. Like, you like completely different movies than I do.
Oh yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Different music.
I like good movies.
He will listen, literally like an example too, the perfect example. I keep trying to get in. I've gotten into a few new music,
new music is so bad.
He hates new music.
No,
I love new music, and I keep trying to get him on these bands, and I like introduce him to bands like literally come out with albums 2019, 2020.
No,
it sounds like blah blah blah.
All right,
like,
all right. In my defense, Miles. In my defense about the music thing, I don't know what those loud noises are that you're making, but they're terrible. Just so you know, they're terrible.
I'm sorry. I was putting some coffee cups in my cooler.
It sounds like you were playing a slot machine in Vegas, and it was awful in my ears. It was terrible.
Well, okay. So I wonder if it's coming through in a side note real quick. I wonder if it's coming through the speakerphone in the car and the speaker on my earbuds.
Whatever it was awful.
I'm sorry. It's done. Go ahead.
What was I saying? I forgot.
Something about new music.
We were talking about new music, like pop punk music,
no,
like anything.
But in my defense, like I have a hard time listening to bands that sound exactly the same as like another band that I already really like. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like the other day, like Kristin was listening to like one of your like a Spotify station or something.
Yeah, it was called Midwestern Emo Party, I think it was.
So like a band came on and she showed me it, and I was like,
I loved it.
Okay. And we were listening. I was listening to it, and I was like, okay, but the only thing that I could think about, honestly, was like, or I could just listen to Brand New because it's a better version of what you're having me listening to.
And I'm not like that because everything's inspired by everything.
I understand. I'm not saying that it was bad. What I'm saying Miles, are you still there?
I'm still here, yeah.
Okay, you're just listening. All right. What I'm saying is like, I'm not saying that it's bad. What I'm saying is like, I've heard this tempo before, this like how low he's singing with this type of guitar riff with this minimal drums. Like, I'll just listen to a better song that Brand New made.
But you're missing out on what it could be. The lyrics.
But like I don't know, it gets distracting for me. But that's just how I listen to music. That's why the most music I listen to are like bands that are either have been a band for fucking 25 or 30 years, or I just listen to old albums from fucking 2004 to 2010.
Mm-hmm.
I get that, but for me, I can't listen to the same lyrics over and over because perspective changes. And I feel like a lot of these bands, maybe some things are similar, but the way that they're writing, like I feel like it's weird because I feel like certain genres people wrote better lyrics back then, but I feel like other genres I like people write better lyrics now. Like I have a hard time listening to pop punk from that era because the lyrics are so bad and I can't relate at all. They're very childish. Where like now I listen to a pop punk band and it's about mental health or about aging or about depression. It's about certain situations, and that's more where I am as a human being.
No, you're right.
Like, I like the riff, and so I can't listen to Sum 41 barely at all anymore because honestly, 70% of lyrics are poop. They're garbage. Honestly,
I love Sum 41.
I love Sum 41 for nostalgia factors, but like half of their lyrics, it just tunes me out of the music so much. I hate to say that. But
that's and what I'm kind of saying is not that. What I'm saying more is if you're gonna be a band and you like those bands, but if you're gonna be a band now and you like those same bands from back in the day, why are you trying to sound exactly like those bands? Why not just try to sound like make your own thing?
Can we talk about a band? Sorry.
That's my thinking. That's why I like the band Creeper so much.
That's what I was about to bring up.
No,
band's great.
I'm good at segueing. Their new album doesn't sound like the last one. It all sounds like a it all kind of sounds like a 1950s gothic high school dance party.
Shout out to Creeper for always retweeting me.
Creeper's great. I've seen them live.
They retweet Kristin all the time.
They retweet me.
They retweet Kristin all the time.
You saw them live?
I saw them play a place that was. I saw them play their second ever United States tour, and they played at a place called the Foundry in Cleveland. And it was when all they had were EPs out, and they weren't allowed to bring any merch over from the UK besides shirts. And I was like really pissed because I wanted to get their first couple EPs on vinyl.
So
and
good.
But yeah, I saw them play basically their first 3 EPs all the way through live. That's all they had because this was before Eternity in Their Arms came out or whatever. It was like a year before that.
Yeah, that was their biggest, their first biggest album, right? Like all the other ones were always EPs.
But that's how I heard of them. It was like
the newest song they just came out called Poison Heart off the new album sounds like it was to me it sounds like it was influenced by the Monster Mash song.
I believe it because like they have a lot of like deep influences.
But if Johnny Cash sang that song.
Well, I know the lead singer William, he is like not like being funny or whatever, but it's like he pretty much does live like a vampire life in the sense of like not saying that he drinks blood or anything like that, but he lives that life of the style of where he sleeps all day, wakes up at night, he writes. Like I mean, I follow them like crazy. I kind of stalk them a little bit. That's probably why they always retweet me.
I know that he does not like being famous, if I remember.
No, he's very insecure.
Yeah, he doesn't like people talking to him in public.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the whole band life. He likes playing music, but he doesn't like the whole, stardom,
when he puts his makeup on and
he likes like old movies and stuff.
Yeah, when he puts his
horror, like old horror.
Well, their whole Eternity in Your Arms, that whole album was based off of Peter Pan. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The boy who never grew old. Like that is based on his life because all of his friends around him were getting old, having kids, getting married, whatever. And he was like, I feel like I'm alone. Like, so he wrote that album. And this one actually is about, like depression and it's a mental health, like album. Like it might be about vampires and stuff. People might take it as like, oh, it's gothic and vampires. No, it's about mental health and it's about wanting to die.
I don't know, man.
That's what this album's about.
Old goth, like new goth music is like way more interesting than like what is on the surface. I don't know, just in my mind.
No, that band's phenomenal. They're phenomenal. When I saw them live, they were phenomenal. I know a guy from Cleveland that went on tour with a band they were on tour with in the UK and said they're like really fucking cool people. Like No, yeah, 100%, 150% support like Creeper. That band's great.
And it sucks because like before all this COVID went down, like I tweeted at them. I was like, so when are you coming to the US? And they were like, soon, Kristin, like soon, like, cause I tweet at them all the time. Like if I actually have to say back in the day, like before my adult kind of life, Smashing Pumpkins and Bob Dylan, definitely my two favorite like artists. But as an adult, like Creeper is my favorite. Creeper is hands down my favorite.
They're great. Yeah, they're great.
They're constantly changing.
Yeah.
And and I don't know when they're going to come to the US, which sucks, but
probably not till next year in 2021. Probably if that works out. If life works out in 2021.
Or are they going to come to the US and only go to like big spots, like where it's like
I did listen to a podcast
spots
with a doctor on it, and there's a chance that they could have the vaccine out by the fall.
But isn't that fast?
Just saying. It is fast, but they've been they've been working on this since it like actually like broke out. So we could have a vaccine sooner than within 18 months of like the world getting infected of it. So I mean everything could go back to normal within a little bit.
Does anybody else have a vaccine already, or just
no?
Is it just
once? No, this is like when it's a worldwide pandemic.
Does everybody work together or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I didn't know how that
exactly.
worked.
Like
I
there
didn't know
would
if
be.
They were like, "Fuck you, we're gonna do our own thing."
It's not like South Korea or Japan would be
Korea,
like, we figured it out, but fuck you.
Well,
like,
South Korea wouldn't do that though. North Korea would. South Korea wouldn't.
No,
South Korea is.
We're not. I don't. No,
I'm just saying.
North Korea doesn't have the money to do any.
No,
of that
but
research.
I'm saying South Korea, if they came up with one, they would help the U.S.
You still there, Miles?
They're fine.
I'm still there. I'm listening, baby.
South Korea is amazing. I want to go there. Shout out to Keely, my little sister. Actually, my big sister.
She might listen to this. Actually,
she probably does.
I've gotten.
Dude, you never know.
No, I've gotten like some. Like I've gotten information of, not really information, but like Soul has popped up a couple times.
I think that's Keely.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, but the rest of the world is more into us than like we are into us.
It's either Keely or one of her friends. And if you're one of Keely's friends, hi.
All right, so we're getting like we're
2 hours.
Yeah, we're almost 2 hours in.
Make it 10 more minutes.
So is there?
I've been sitting. I'm blown away. My dog is not screaming right now. He must be so tired from kicking it all day with my family. Because I'm sitting in front of my place, and in the car, we're just sitting in the car, and he's not screaming.
How's the new place though? No, I meant to ask that earlier. Yeah, like I've
been trying to give him an out for a while.
He can have an out. He can tell me, "Hey,
no, go ahead.
I gotta go."
Go ahead.
No, I was just asking how the place was.
I don't know how it is yet, but it seems pretty good. Like I'm in a really good spot. I'm close to everything on Earth, like even closer than I was before. I can fucking.
Have you slept there yet?
It's insane. Oh yeah, I've been here. I've slept here every day for a week. I slept here last Saturday.
Okay, so you're out of your house.
Oh yeah. Like I don't have key. I haven't had keys. I left the keys in the house on Sunday night, and I haven't had not been back since.
Oh, okay. See, I wasn't sure how long you know what I mean? Like I wasn't sure like if there was like if you had to be in escrow for a month and you were still like moving out or like I didn't know how quickly it was going to happen.
Nope. Excuse you. I got the keys to this place 3 days before I was done with the last place. And then it was that big Friday, Saturday, Sunday push, and it was hectic, but
damn, son.
Made it happen.
Well, I'm sorry I couldn't help you.
It's okay. It's all right. I don't mind. I'm glad that it went probably as good as expected. There was like Sunday, I was starting to stress because I had a little bit of stuff left I didn't know what to do with or what I wanted to do. I left a couple things in the garage that I kind of wish I didn't, but I moved from a house to a smaller place, and I moved, even though I had 75 to more % of it packed, I still, you're still moving in a couple days.
Yeah, it always sucks. Trust me, we know.
you never have enough fucking time. You think you do. I mean, I did really, really well with it, considering. But at the same time, I left my beer pong table pissing me off. I left a couple special effects molds that I didn't want. Like I was uncertain what I was going to do. And then my bike needed some work, and I actually left my bike, like my bicycle. So those are like three or four things that I was kind of just like, But I'm also living on a second floor of a place, and just certain shit I really didn't know what to do, you know? I really don't. I don't know.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
It's
sorry,
it is
bud.
what it is. Like,
yeah, for sure.
it's okay. It's what you know. I sent you that message yesterday, and you're like, "That's deep," and I'm just like, "Well, I'm kind of like a weird." I don't care if this is on the fucking internet. I mean, we're talking about like it's just kind of like a weird transition where Kristin had talked about like the singer of Creeper, like not knowing, you know, like it gets to a point in your life where I'm like, shit, I'm gonna be 32 in the fall. I'm not married. I'm not kids. I just sold a house. Like I'm doing things I love to do in my 20s, but I'm also really feel like mature. I've had you know me, I've had a ton of responsibilities forever. I was working 2-3 jobs when I was in my teens, you know?
Yeah.
Like I've always been pretty responsible. I mean, I burn the candle at both ends some of my life for sure. But like, I'm at the point where I'm like,
I'd say so.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I did. Maybe not as much as some of you guys because I knew I was like, there's no way I'm going to fucking make it if I don't, you know, I mean like,
no, man.
I feel like we're all at a weird age though. Cause like my mom,
we are.
Hey, the house that I used to party at, he's completely sober now.
Yeah, he's completely sober. Both of them.
He's actually like a plant manager now. Like runs the building.
That's amazing, dude.
Graduated from college and like has like a business degree and shit.
That's good.
Doing fantastic.
They both have gone back to school.
Yeah.
Well, at least
2 kids.
Yeah.
They got the COVID though.
Yeah.
She said she said that it's been almost a month and she still has trouble walking up the stairs. Mm-hmm. Catching her breath.
Dude, this chick that I like had talked to a little bit last year, she's like 30, the ex-punk chick I told you about. She had COVID for like a month. She actually just yesterday went and got tested where they said she's good. Like she's kind of got over it, but she's like thin, beautiful woman, eats well, exercises. Like you never would have expected it, but like, yeah, she fucking super struggled with it.
That's
you know?
What's weird about this though is there are people who are healthy who are dying.
My aunt almost got admitted to the ICU.
Fuck.
Yeah, she finally turned the other cheek and or however that goes and like she's better now, but like the other fucked up thing about it is like the autopsies that are coming back, they're finding people's organs filled with clots.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, dude. Like it's like this like, and then all of a sudden like more and more shit like is coming out with like, you know, people not wearing masks and people saying it's a hoax still and blah, blah, blah.
It's my right to not wear one. Blah, blah, blah.
It's getting annoying. Well, but like, that being said though, like our food is actually on its way. We actually had
You're
to like
good,
order out. So,
I'm not cooking.
Anything else you want to say real quick before we get off here and say goodnight?
No, Kat.
When are you going to visit, Miles? Didn't you say you were coming in October?
I'm coming in October still, unless for some reason COVID shuts the world down. I will be in the beautiful South Carolina in October.
Well, good. We'll actually have you on the show like in person.
I think I'm going to take that week off now too.
Yeah, I think we might actually party hardy as long as the country isn't shut down.
Well, I'll probably want to be like more, still more chilled and maybe maybe normal or whatever, but I mean, not chill in regards to like, I don't want to go out to a bunch of bars and get COVID is kind of what I'm saying.
We're not going
No,
anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Unless it's
That
like
thing-
not
If
fucked,
you're
like
with-
we're not
if-
going anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere.
Hey though, I don't know if you want to say. I gotta kind of go downstairs because our food's almost here. So if you want to say goodnight with Kristin, go ahead, and then I'll talk to
Say
you.
goodnight.
I'll talk to you another
It sounds
time.
like a child. Say goodnight with Kristin.
No, but like
Well, you know what?
the light's not even on or anything, so I got to get down
They're
there.
not.
Well, all right. You know what?
Oh, never mind.
I'll let is Dylan leaving?
Yeah,
I love you. Thank you for being a guest. I'll record like an outro.
He might be right back up. Who knows?
All right. I love you,
All of a
Dylan.
sudden,
Thank you so
all of
much.
a sudden, our thing said arrives in 1 minute and went from being like 10 to 1 minute.
Hey,
So he's like, I
you know
gotta
what?
go.
That never happens to me, so I'm glad it happened to you guys.
Well, it's only because we ordered from a place that's literally right around the corner from us. That's the only reason why I ordered from there.
Shit.
'Cause
Yeah, shit, yeah.
I was like, I'm not cooking.
No, fuck it. I kept you guys on the internet on the live podcast.
No, I think we
for
should
2
do this
hours.
more though.
It was good. It was good. It gave me a chance to talk to you too, because I don't talk to you.
But I feel like we should.
We talk sometimes, which is really nice. But
No,
I mean,
I
it gives me
know.
a chance to talk to you too.
It's always really nice. I think that we should start talking more like this though on a podcast, like more real, rather than always like. I mean, you and Dylan can do your little movie things, but like I can't really be a part of that because I don't know. I can't be a
Well,
part of
it's
all
nice
that.
to
I don't know
have real-
everything you guys are going into about like money and like. Did you know like at the box office, blah blah? I don't know all that.
Right.
I'm not saying anything negative
No,
about it. I
you're
I don't
fine.
know all that.
You don't need it. No, I get it.
I'm
but that's what I
a
was
real
like,
talker. Like, let's just talk about life. I don't care.
That's why I was like, let's do something different. You know, let's do something different. You know, so this is different, and I feel better about it because I got to talk to you guys. I don't know. I don't know if Dylan's going to put this as a B-side right now that we're talking or whatever's
Who
going
knows?
on. But,
Who cares?
but it is what it is. We'll see how tomorrow goes. You know, if I could change anything, this sounds so bad. The internet's going to judge me. If I could go back and change anything, it would
Fuck
definitely
them.
be to change some of the stuff that's happened this year. And like, cause I look back on messages and things I said or how I acted because of my mental health and how I handled COVID and how I handled other things. And I'm like, I showed someone I love maybe a worse side of me that's not necessarily me all the time. And I haven't really felt that way the past couple of months. I felt a lot better about myself. But it's like, and it's not, they were also going through the exact same thing. So sometimes people are going through the worst things mentally and it pushes you apart because you can't even handle yourself.
But if you're
But-
aware of it, though, it's like, well, then work. Like, that's what I was talking about earlier. Like, I mean, he can cut all this stuff out if he needs to. Like, that's what I was saying earlier, though.
It's
Like,
fine.
if you're aware of, like, that I love this person, I showed the person that I love the most the worst side of me, but, like, I know what I'm capable of. Like, you know, like, I'm not a complete mess. Like, it just happened to be that time. It's like, I mean, going and seeing somebody else, though, like, I'm not telling you to not go on the date. I'm just saying, no, like, I think that's the most frustrating thing about you, if I'm going to be completely honest. You're so frustrating. Like, completely honest. 100%. You are so self-aware. So, like, there's things that you do or you say, like, I'm like, but you already know this. Why are we telling you that? Like, you were so yeah, I said you can cut it if you want to. You're self-aware.
Well, because
Dylan's the same. No, Dylan's the
know.
same way. He's self-aware about things, and I think that's the same reason he pisses me off, because you already know how you are, like, or what you're feeling, and then why are you acting that way? It's like,
Yeah,
okay.
but
Well, I
sometimes-
can't really comment on it because I don't know like what we're talking about. But like our food's here and it's good.
Well, I was going to say sometimes, okay, so sometimes let's say Miles, if I'm using me as a thing, like maybe I have 6 different conversations with myself. and all of them could be right in their own way, if I'm being completely honest. But one or two of them is probably more right. But I'm so in thought, I'm so in these situations that like all of them seem probable or likely. And
they're all cloudy or whatever.
Like, yeah. And so like maybe hearing other people I care about that are also aware or that have maybe a different perspective on myself or what maybe I need or could want. Maybe you guys talking to me about this took those six conversations or six actualities, six probable things down to two.
Oh,
so then I can sort through that. I can sort through those two and be like, right or left is what's best for me. You know, in my head, like, I don't want to be an idiot. I don't want to wait around for someone if they're never going to come back. But at the same time,
Well, of course not.
we're also getting into the age where, like, we talked about trusting our gut and trusting things. And my gut in the scenario tells me that it's not done yet. So it's hard. Like, what do I don't know. Maybe
Sounds like.
Well, I've told you what I would do.
My advice is then you wait.
Yeah, you wait.
But you
let her go. Let her go and wait. Don't be
a celibate like loser, but like just live your life.
Well, trust me, I know. But this is one of those chicks that, like, this Megan chick, it's not one of those chicks you just go fuck and that's it. That's the only problem. It's not.
Oh, that's not what I said.
What's wrong with like not? But like, what's wrong with not seeing anybody?
It's not.
Like,
what'd you say?
I said, like, what's wrong with just not seeing anybody and literally just like
we're gonna get in the weeds.
I
here.
know. No, I'm just saying living Miles' life, like, in the sense, like, I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna come home.
There's
like,
nothing,
I'm gonna do my shit. Like, are you like?
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with
love yourself.
that, and I've been doing that. But it's also, I guess maybe don't understand too. I think it's one of those things where I don't want to say I'm a dog getting thrown a really good bone, and it's kind of one of those things. Do I just throw it away? Because honestly, to 150%, a lot of fucking dudes would kill to have this chick talking to them. Just being 150% honest.
But what's that to do with anything?
I don't know. Dylan, do you understand? You understand. It's not good, but
maybe
you understand.
Dylan understands. I don't know. I don't get it.
It's hard.
Like someone else is going to snatch her away or something?
No, I think that you're like everyone's looking too far into everything.
Not everyone. Me. Because I don't understand. I'm not slamming you.
I think we're beginning to start a conversation. It's going to take longer than it needs to be. And I think that like we've discussed it enough, and I think we need to let everybody go off into the night. It's already almost 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Into the night.
Yes, I was supposed to maybe go over and see a friend, but he said he ate an edible and he's fucked out of his mind. So I guess I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, probably not. All right. Well.
So yeah, he's toked. He's done.
All right. Well, we're over 2 hours on this show, so let's say our goodbyes and our good nights and go eat and go in and relax the rest of the evening. Okay, is that fair for everybody?
I'm gonna slam a beer and throw some music on. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Good.
Fun.
All right. So, any closing thoughts for you, Miles?
No, honestly, if you've listened this long, this is my life. Thank you for listening. I hope that maybe people can relate, and I don't know.
Yeah, and if you have anything to say or you can relate, always look in the show notes and shoot us an email. I'll read it on the show. Kristin, do you have any other closing thoughts? Quickly.
No, just that Miles takes care of himself and he becomes more selfish in the sense of what he needs and wants in life, and that's about it.
Okay. Well,
take care of yourself.
My heart's full as fuck. What the fuck? Thank you.
All right. Miles, any closing thoughts? You good?
No, I said it. I honestly I appreciate anyone that listened, like, for having such a kind of just open. We had a very open discussion tonight, so it was cool.
Yeah, exactly.
We should have more, and I said we should have more like this.
And we can absolutely do this more. All right. So, before we hang up, let me actually end the show. So, for Chad Goss, I'm Dylan Emy.
I'm Kristin Snyder.
I'm Miles, Midnight Miles, whatever you want to call me in these various podcasts. I'm here.
Thanks for listening, Clumsy Walrus. Have a good week. I love you. Good night. Good day.
Bye.
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 Good day, sir.
All right.
Oh, well, fuck. Let's load it up, baby. I'm ready to roll. I haven't even taken my sip of my beer yet. I'm about to sip my beer. Let's roll it.